happening? Tell you what's happening. Got a massive Golf is what's happening. This is a 2019 Golf SV. What is a Golf SV? That's what you're asking. I didn't know what a Golf SV was. I had to look it up. Look at it though. It's like a big people carrier looking golf, people with kids. You know what I'm saying, don't you? It's got the height, it's got the glass, it's got the windows. Loads of kids, loads of stuff. That's what's happening with it. Let's go and have a look at it. Couple of things you might be wondering. One, where's the big ginger one gone? He's behind the camera at the minute. Thing is, right, this is mine. We'll talk about that in a second. The other thing I gotta know is audio. We got problems today. You can't see a microphone on me. No, that's because I got this in my pocket and I'm doing my best to get this to make it record the audio, because these ain't going to be picking it up. I'm having a hell of a day with it. Everything's gone wrong, but we're overcoming, we're adapting, we're improvising, we're beasting this thing out. Anyway, back to this Golf. SV stands for, I don't know, we're going to look that up in a minute, might even put it on screen now, but it's something for people a little bit older, might want a higher seating position, lots of kids, lots of stuff, wants to chuck it all in. It looks alright. Does it look familiar? It sort of does, doesn't it? It's got a bit of a VW Caddy front end to it, and then it's got a few other things. It's a confusion to me. Let's keep having a look around it. So what's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. The deal is, my own car, the Golf, the GTI, 5.5 years. Remember all of that going on? That's gone in for service at the minute. 6-year service and MOT. So, courtesy car vibes, we have got this thing today. I'm going to pass you over now to the big ginger boy, and I'm going to go and have a little bit of a read up on this, and I'll come back to you in a second. Boosh!
What's happening? Tell you what's happening. Golf SV, that's what's happening. It's not going to tease anyone, not going to shock anyone. Only shock is me doing a Golf SV. I haven't got a fancy pocket like an older recorder in, so if you want to hear me, you might not want to, but either way, I'm holding this so you can hear me. So we have a 1.5 DSG. It's a 7-speed DSG. It's 1.5 TSI Evo. I don't quite know what the Evo is yet. That can go across the screen. You can put that across the screen, but you know, it's not a sort of car for bombing around in quickly, is it? You know, it's a family SUV, non-SUV. That's what I'm saying. Volkswagen have actually done this car for someone that doesn't quite want the bigger one, doesn't quite want an SUV. This is where it comes in. I see a lot of different cars in it. Look at it front on, you're seeing a big Golf estate. Looking at it, you're seeing Caddy. That's exactly what it is. Right through to this window, that's a Caddy auto run, in it. You know, that's exactly what it is. But it's an interesting car. We've got the Match Edition, which is mid-range, and believe it or not, we've spec'd this one out right to 28,600 and something pounds. That's right, 28,500 for this. So you've got the upgraded 650 quid Atlantic Blue Metallic, which is a nice colour. I personally wouldn't choose it, but I quite like it. It's got a nice spec. You've got the sat nav in it, you've got the rear camera, which is an optional extra, but that is a nice funky way that works. What I like as well now with Volkswagen is going, just like Mercedes, the camera is built in the badge, so when it opens, camera comes out, doesn't stop all the dirt off the roads or water contamination going on, and you can actually see when you put it in reverse. But as far as dropping the imaginary kids off in school, it can do it. You know, older people, it's got the height. Awesome.
So there you go, you've had a bit of actual useful information from the big bloke. I'm behind the cameras, you see. I'm not used to doing all of this sort of thing, but here's a few little interesting features just to let you know they got them. First of all, 16-inch wheels, big rear doors on it. Obviously it's got auto wipers, auto lights, it's got daytime running lights, it's got all these things. That's standard, that's a given. You know that's there. These lights, they look like LED. They sort of are. The side lights and the running lights, I believe, are LED, but then it goes to like a yellow halogen. What's going on? I don't know. Look it up.
And what I find quite funky is the fact of, yeah, this, you know, it's the mid-range model. You know, you've got the black on here, you've got the black running bars, but yet you've got the chrome and stuff on the grille. Now it's a mix between sort of going black optics, isn't it? You know, I'm obsessed with the black edition, innit? But yeah, it's kind of, when you look at the grille and kind of look at the side, it kind of doesn't go in that aspect. But that's just me looking at it from my point of view. But there we go. See what I mean? Grille. All this chrome going on round here, and then you've got the black roof bars and the black side trim. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why you've done a curtsy, but I do know what you're saying. Do you see that? Reversing camera. Nice. And the fact that it's in the badge, so it's not constantly outside, I like, because on certain cars, not least of all is Audi S4, it's always out, it gets wet, it gets dirty, you can't see properly. When it comes out, it's clean in between in there. I love that sort of thing. Tell you what's getting right on my nerves though, and you know, bloody hell, exhausts, fake. They got these funny shaped things. What are they? Are they style? I don't think they're stylish. They're where an exhaust should be, the exhaust underneath. What is this all about? Stop it. Boot.
Right, so far as the rear goes, it's not a bad looking car, you know, standard MPV. Got some LED signals on there, got a nice bright LED reverse light, which most manufacturers are going that way. Illuminates the path as you go in it. Sort of tinted glass, there's a bit of privacy glass in it. It's not quite, you know, full amount, but there's a slight tint on there. You know, the roof rails make a difference on it, but yeah, nice. What's happening?
Tell me what's happening. We're inside. What are you thinking?
Honestly, right, okay. It's got some nice features in here. I.e., I like this big sat-nav screen. I like the touch of that. It's, you know, it's nice and soft compared to other Volkswagen's ones I've done. It's flush.
It's very courteous, isn't it?
It is very courteous. Buttons are very nice. Yeah, I quite like that. I mean, you know, I like that feature. This is quite handy down here as a cubby hole to put stuff in.
Just as a little caveat, because we've only just got it and only just turned the ignition on, that was why that was a little bit slow. It's not always that slow.
Yeah, and we're in a place really where there isn't the best
There's not much in the way of signal now. But just to cover that so that people aren't thinking, oh!
I like that feature.
It's nice, isn't it? It's a nice big old screen. It's very responsive.
It is very responsive. Yeah, that's nice actually, to be honest with you. And I like, you know, as Volkswagens are, as soon as you go near them, it's got that interaction coming at you. But I like this brushed aluminium.
This brushed aluminium here is a lovely old thing, isn't it? Now, over on this side, we've got traditional dials and what appears to be the black and white style of centre information thingamy-bob in there. Oh, driver, you've got different driver profiles. Wicked. You've got similar things to my own Golf, like you've got the oil temperature, the consumption, all of these sorts of things. It's a funny one, isn't it?
It's easy to use.
What gets me though, and I'll just turn that off so that you haven't got the fan sound on there. As similar as it is to my Golf GTI, it's worlds apart.
Completely. It leads more towards the bigger, you know, you've got a transport steering wheel in here. This is very transportery. Sat up front very much reminds me of a Caddy, the way the dials are, everything. I like this little cubby hole on here. I'm not going to open it for the sake of the camera, but that's very transportery. Know what I'm saying? Just like magic. It's
no, that cubby, I do love that van style cubby in there. That's very nice.
It is van vibes, isn't it?
Yeah, you can ignore this, that's mine. There's blank switches there. That would be where the heated seats would be, I would say.
Yeah.
Number of blanks down there also. So it's not a top spec thing. So yeah, these cup holders, I'm not entirely convinced. First of all, you've got this massive open space with this strange little strap, which looks like it's something out of a 1970s Ford. And that, oh, I don't know what to make of it. Like, it's a thing, isn't it? I don't know, this just seems too cheap. VW, that seems cheap.
That's very 1970s vibes,
There's a lot of 1970s vibes in here.
It's like, oh, honey, I've got the drinks cabinet. Oh, okay.
Well, stick your whiskey decanter in.
I don't know.
I'm not going to rubbish this car, but that is very disappointing. That's a lovely deep thing. Let me just stick. Oh, yeah, 500. Well, if you heard the little crunch, it's right on the limit.
Just about. I tell you what I'm quite disappointed about.
What are you disappointed about?
One USB. Only one USB.
One USB and a 12 volt, mind.
I know the SD cards and stuff are in here for the nav and if you want to put one on music.
This is true.
But, you know, normally you have USBs as well. Then more than one anyway. Because, you know, if I wanted to plug... Say I wanted to charge my phone with a, you know, iPhone lead.
Yep.
But I wanted to listen to music on the USB as well. You need at least two USBs.
Well, if you wanted to listen to music as well, you could either Bluetooth it or you could stick it on an SD card. So there are options, but like you say, it's not ideal. There are other ways you could have done it, but
Now, see,
we're doing it to a cost.
it's a feature I've never ever used, no matter what car I've had, or my parents' cars, anything over the years.
Sunglasses holder.
Sunglasses holder.
Do you know what's terrible? If you open mine, there are sunglasses in it.
Is it actually?
Prescription sunglasses.
I've never used them, only because I like to keep sunglasses in a case, and the cases never fit.
My case fits.
Is it?
It's because your head's too big, isn't it?
Fair, probably that. But yeah, this is the best feature. I like this and I like this.
Yeah, that brushed aluminium sort of look. I do like that.
It's got a good German quality. But I tell you what, seats.
Well, the materials are quite nice. You've got the carpeted door bins, which obviously I'm always in favour of. Now, you haven't got the leather in here, but...
$2.5 grand for Vienna leather in a car like this? Would you do it?
2.5?
$2.5 grand.
Mine was 1,700.
$2.5 grand.
Jesus. That brushed aluminium stuff continues onto the door as well, you will see. But when I'm sat here as somebody who's normally sitting inside a Golf, innit, obviously it's a bit different. I got more of a van wheel than my own little wheel.
Headroom is nice though.
Headroom? I wouldn't even need to question the headroom, let's be honest. Look at me, innit? It's not a million miles dissimilar from my own Golf, but there's enough things to make me go... Like this screen, obviously lovely, very nice. The brushed aluminium look, very nice. Lots of blank switches, no heated seats.
No climate control.
No climate control. Just odds and sods, strange little bits.
Does add up.
It does add up. The leather would have been nice, but I can understand why you don't need it.
Seats are hard.
7-speed automatic.
Seats are hard.
Now the seat base, what I'm actually sat on, this bit, yeah, soft, but where my actual bum cheeks are, it is a hard seat. And it doesn't ride soft over bumps, over speed bumps as well. It can pass by a pothole, and it's all right. It's not too bad.
No.
It's much more comfortable than the GTI, but nah, it's not a comfortable, soft A6 down the motorway kind of vibe.
Well, no, but it's not that sort of car. But the way you got to look at it as well, car for its class, it's of the expensive range of what it is.
What are the competitors? What's the competition?
So the competitor that's right up there with it would be the BMW 2 Series, the Grand Tourer thing, which is similar price. Then the lower range, then you're talking Citroen Picasso, you're talking Renault Scenic, you're talking Fiat 500 Large.
Fiat 500 Large, yeah.
You know what I mean? But then there's some of those, you're talking $8 grand difference. That's another car, innit? It's another small car difference. Is this really $8 grand more than one of those? But you've got the Volkswagen badge, you've got the German reliability. You've got a car that's not going to go electric haywire in a couple of months, you know?
Never say never. I mean, the thing is, unless you had them side by side and you were actively looking at all the materials and little features in there, it's hard to say how much value difference there is between them in terms of like what is actually useful and worthwhile. But I don't know, it's a funny one, innit? Anyway, here we are, Golf SV, sport van. I did look it up, that's what it stands for, sport van.
Back to the caddy vibes, innit?
Back to the caddy vibes.
Because this is a caddy, up front, this is a caddy.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, this is a caddy.
Sticking with that, yeah. I haven't been in a newer caddy, I've only been in older ones.
This is a caddy.
But anyway, let's find out how this 7-speed DSG 1.5 petrol drives. Push. Driving the sport van. Yeah, I'm driving it. It's moving forward, it's got an engine, it's got a gearbox, all these things, they're happening. Oh, I tell you what's happening, they're happening. It's a smooth gearbox, 7-speed DSG, I'm happy with that, I could live with this gearbox. The engine, 1.5 petrol. I think it said it had about 120 horsepower. I could do with a little bit more power because when you move in from a standing start or if you've had to slow down for a junction, something like that, it does take a little bit of effort and a little bit of time to get back up to speed. But for the type of vehicle it is, I'd say it's in keeping with it. It's not overly slow, it's not overly fast. I think it's in keeping. It's a sort of comfortable cruising car. You're not going to be doing speed, you're not going to be looking for the most rewarding sort of driving experience in it, and you wouldn't get it. But if you're looking to get from A to B reliably with a nice VW badge, 16-inch alloys, half LED headlight, this is the car for you. Whoosh! Here we are in the back.
We are indeed.
Now, him over there is playing because he's got his tray table out.
I feel like I'm in primary school, you know, the little table. I got a little cup holder and everything. It's all going on.
Now, because of our gangster lean, they're not as
Straight
horizontal as they
should
would have
be.
been with a normal person in there. But what can we see in the back? Well, we got a 12 volt here. We got 2 fans there. We got no separate controls, so other than on and off for the air. Got a centre hump that would be inconvenient for a middle passenger. Now, would you say we can get an adult in between us?
No.
But he's big. I'm not tiny. That's got cup holders. But if there was 3 kids here, or
Perfect.
3 teenagers, that would work, wouldn't it?
I think, well, yeah. You know, I kind of count for 1.5 anyway, don't I, in all fairness?
At least. He's eating for 2, let's be honest.
100%. Right, seat is all the way back near enough for me. I sit in the back of the car, and I tell you what, being 6'4", I can still sit here. Yes, I got to squeeze to put my table up and down. Actually, I can't put it down. There we go. Table's down. But room-wise, do you know what? I could sit here on a long journey.
If you'd been on my side, and that is in my driving position,
perfect,
you'd be happy there. Because you
100%.
never sit in the back of a car, do you?
No. They always put me in the front, innit?
No, you put yourself in the front. Yeah.
Full shotgun, innit? But
loads of headroom again.
Headroom's
How are you
lovely.
feeling about it being a big man?
Headroom's lovely. My headrest would have to come up because that's going to give me neck ache after a while. Yeah,
oh yeah,
naturally.
they're only down just for the view of it. But I find there's a decent amount of space in the back of
It
this
is a
thing.
lot of space. I'd be a lot comfortable with just 2 of us than 3 of us if you had to squeeze someone small inside.
Got a lovely carpeted door bin in the
Carpeted
back as
door
well.
bins are nice.
A new tray table, got an electric window, a tiny little speaker there. The window, whilst I haven't got the ignition on, I can't see how far the window comes down, but that is a big window.
That is a big window.
That is a big window for looking at stuff going by. Yes, I've got a headrest in front of me, but that's standard.
But I can see plenty. Remember the Q2? You couldn't see literally nothing.
There's a lot of glass in this car.
You know, it's roomy, it's airy, it's bright. And I tell you what, I know I prefer black headlining anyway.
I do.
But that does make it a bit brighter.
It makes it seem bigger, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
bigger
makes
and
it
brighter.
bigger. I agree with you there, 100%. Yeah, no, it's do you know what? For what the car, right? What we've got to do, we've got to take ourselves out of the equation about who we are, where we are in life. Neither of us got kids. We're at different ages.
Is this going to be a Hollywood body swap sort of thing? Like, is this where this is leading to?
No, but you know what I'm saying? It's not a car I would go out to look to buy. But put yourself in the head. I was going to say put yourself in the head case, but put yourself in the head or mind. I don't know what's going on. I haven't eaten, even feed me. Put yourself in the mind of someone that's married to 2 kids.
I'm not Joseph Fritzl. He's not locked in a cellar, here. I won't feed him. Something happening here.
Put yourself in the mind of you're married, 2 kids, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'd go out. This could be a very good possibility for you. If you've got kids,
True.
You need to put stuff in the back.
Yeah.
Even someone now that does my line of work with a toy fair, everyday car with the kids, and then don't quite want a van, weekends, pop the seats down. You've got plenty of space. You know, little call-in scooter can go in the back. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
If you've got a dog as well, awesome.
Just for information, Colin isn't a real person. He doesn't exist. Don't worry, there's nobody in the boot. We're all right, innit?
We're all good,
But that's the back of this car.
So, yeah, so when I take myself, when I take... It's not final thoughts time. It's not final thoughts time.
Do you know, it's all right. I could drive it. It's not sporty. It's not intended to be sporty. But I think I could get on with this. As long as I knew I was going from A to B, I was carrying people or stuff around, and I just wanted to get there with a little bit of style, a little bit of comfort. Not too much though. There's a lot of blank switches in this car. This is the one. However, I was a long rolling corner, wasn't it? Build the speed back up now. If you're looking for a sporty car, the thing is, I'm a young man, innit? I'm a very young man. He's laughing. Cheeky bastard. There are several driving modes. Eco, normal, sport. Sport mode, very much like my GTIs, and I don't have the performance version, let's remember. It seems to change the revs a little bit, but not much else. So it'll keep it in gear that little bit longer, just to keep you in the rev range when you're trying to get somewhere, up a hill, whatever it might be. But yeah, you're not going to be doing any 0 to 60 times in this thing. But that was never the intended purpose of this. The sport van. Is it a sport van? Space van?
Sport van.
I don't know. Space Jam? Is it
Michael Jordan.
Shout out Michael Jordan. Turn in circle. I don't feel it's as sharp as the Golf, but it is a bigger vehicle. Also, you need to turn the wheel a little bit more, whereas the Golf has got that thing where it'll go lock to lock, full in 2 turns. This, I don't know. Final thought. Bit weird, both sat in the back of the car. It's wet outside, but I've had a drive, I've gotten to grips with it. What are you thinking? Because I'm thinking, if you've got lots of family, if you've got sort of like teenagers and below,
Yeah.
and if you've got certainly like an elder person in your life who doesn't want to be sitting down into a car, they want to get up into a car or move sideways into a car.
Definitely.
It would be good for that. And then legroom as well. And they could have their little 3 o'clock tablets on the tray, innit?
They could.
Have their little pot of yogurt and their cup of soup and all the rest of it. But yeah, I can see there's a purpose for it. But my question to you is, this car is partway between a Golf, a normal hatchback Golf, and a Tiguan, which to my mind, incidentally, Tiguan review coming. Tiguan is a big Golf.
Yeah.
This is between the two. It hasn't got all the equipment. It hasn't got all of the bells and whistles. It's not exactly the same function. It's not an SUV. It's an SV. It's a sport van. What do you think about it?
Yeah, like I said, for what it is, putting myself in the mindset of someone that's going to have a use for this car. You know, as you said, putting someone that's grown up loving Volkswagens as well. Can't quite fit with the Golf because of the kids. Can't quite, you know, smaller Golf. Or can't quite get, you know, of age, can't get down into it. You need something higher. Exactly what you said.
Can't quite afford a Tiguan.
Can't quite afford a Tiguan. It's perfect. You know, it's got a lot, you know, I don't want to be hounded for saying it's a bit of a boring car.
It's not an uncomfortable car.
No.
It's not an unattractive car. It's
all
all
a purpose
very
car.
safe. It's got a purpose.
It's
like
a purpose
you say.
car. Yeah, it's, you know, it's not like, you know, come and look at me cruising on a weekend car, and it's not quite, you know, going to turn heads as you drive down the street. But you're gonna blend. You're gonna be
high
safe.
20s is a lot of money for a vehicle.
It is.
But I can see that if you needed to get people around, either younger people or older people, or just a boot full of stuff, this will do
It's
it.
perfect.
It's not going to be an engaging drive. It's not going to be an exciting drive, but it's going to do it. You're going to be comfortable to a point.
On automatic, you're going to be able to chill traffic. Yeah, no problem.
And you've got the VW badge. You've got the VW reliability. It's all
quality,
good.
yeah.
But you've got to go into it knowing this is what you want. Because if you want bells and whistles, if you want flash, this isn't the car for you.
No.
If you want practical and purposeful, this is that car.
Oh, 100%. I agree. Yeah. So it's definitely, the purpose is there. Yeah.
And on that bombshell, catch you next time. Boosh!